Earth before the dinosaurs. About 4.5 billion years ago, our planet was born from a gigantic cloud of gas and dust. Amidst a chaos of cosmic collisions, Earth formed, still incandescent and covered with boiling magma. Gradually, a solid crust formed, and water vapor created the first oceans. It was in these primitive waters that life emerged around 3.8 billion years ago. First as simple bacteria, then more complex organisms. During the Precambrian era, life evolved slowly, dominated by microbes and algae. Then came the Paleozoic, an age of upheaval when life exploded in diversity, notably during the Cambrian explosion. Fish appeared, followed by amphibians, insects, and the first reptiles. But this era ended abruptly. 252 million years ago, the Permian extinction wiped out more than 90% of species. This cataclysm paved the way for a new era, the age of dinosaurs. The largest supercontinent, Pangaea, broke apart, giving rise to the Atlantic Ocean. Life flourished in shallow inland seas and freshwater lakes. Early relatives of crocodiles and turtles swam in the oceans. Amphibians diversified, venturing onto land for the first time. Insects with wings invaded the skies. The Paleozoic ended with a dramatic event, the Permian extinction, wiping out more than 90% of marine species and 70% of terrestrial vertebrates. Yet amidst this destruction, life persisted. And from this point, evolution knew no bounds, birthing creatures so enormous they would become the rulers of the Earth for over 165 million years. Age of the dinosaurs, Mesozoic. The Mesozoic began with the Triassic, 252 million years ago. The world was recovering from the Permian extinction, and slowly new reptiles emerged. Among them, the first dinosaurs, small, agile, and opportunistic, started to dominate the land. In the Jurassic, Earth became a lush, warm, and humid world. The continents slowly drifted apart, and diversity exploded. Giant sauropods roamed the forests, while the first birds appeared. The Cretaceous marked the dinosaurs' peak. Tyrannosaurs, Triceratops, and Velociraptors dominated different ecosystems. Flowering plants appeared, changing herbivores' diets. Food chains grew more complex, species became more specialized. This era also saw the rise of flying reptiles, pterosaurs, and marine reptiles, mosasaurs. For over 160 million years, dinosaurs ruled unchallenged, but their reign was nearing its end. Here are the 30 dinosaurs that lived during this Mesozoic era. Welcome to the age of dinosaurs. 30. Plateosaurus, Triassic. This plant-eating sauropod was among the first dinosaurs to appear. It grew up to 10 meters long. Its head was small, its neck long, and its tail even longer. Its front legs were shorter than its hind legs. It lived in southern Europe, northern Africa, and western Asia. Evidence suggests it was gregarious, forming herds for protection. It was not just a passive herbivore. It occasionally raised on its hind legs to browse high plants. It was among the dominant species until the end of the Triassic. Carcharodontosaurus, Jurassic. This armored dinosaur was a type of stegosaur. It was 5 meters long and had a triangular sail extending from its second to eighth vertebrae. Its body was covered with overlapping bony plates. It had a pair of horns above its eyes and a row of pointed tail spikes. Unlike Stegosaurus, its tail didn't have a bony club. Carcharodontosaurus lived in dry regions of what is now Tanzania. It was probably nocturnal, hiding from daytime predators. It was a peaceful animal, but its thorns were useful for self-defense if needed. It disappeared towards the end of the Jurassic. Carnotaurus, Cretaceous. Carnotaurus, discovered in Argentina, was a unique predator with 2 small horns above its eyes. It measured about 8 meters long. Its name means meat-eating bull. It had tiny arms, even smaller than T-Rex, but long, powerful hind legs. It was probably very fast, adapted to hunt mobile prey. Its jaw was slender but powerful, filled with sharp teeth. It lived in arid or semi-desert environments. It hunted herbivores like juvenile sauropods. It is one of the few theropods known to have fossilized skin impressions. Its disappearance coincides with the GRE. Its main feature was a horn above its left eye, which may have been used for display or defense. It had short arms and a short, wide skull with sharp teeth. It was not a solitary hunter. Fossilized footprints show it hunted in groups. It lived in the southwestern United States and died out at the end of the Jurassic. Utahraptor, Cretaceous. The Utahraptor lived in Africa and measured about 7 meters. It had a large sail on its back formed by long spines. This structure might have regulated its temperature or impressed others of its kind. Herbivorous, it fed on low plants. It walked on 4 legs, but could stand up to reach higher foliage. It lived in coastal or swampy areas. Its unique look makes it an easily recognizable dinosaur. It defended itself with its tail and size. It disappeared at the end of the early Cretaceous. It was about 10 meters long, had a narrow muzzle and numerous teeth. It was a fast walker, moving on 2 legs. It had a bulky body and a long tail for balance. It had a unique feature, a shield of bony plates covering its belly. This shield extended from the pelvis to the chest. Its disappearance was abrupt with the Cretaceous extinction. Apatosaurus, Jurassic. Apatosaurus was a huge plant-eating dinosaur. It was initially called Brontosaurus, but this name is now reserved for its genus. There were several species of Apatosaurus, all equally impressive. It measured 24 meters in length and weighed about 40 tons. It was distinguished by its very long neck, small head, and big heart. It moved on 4 legs and fed mainly on conifers. It lived in the western United States and disappeared at the end of the Jurassic. Smilodon, Cretaceous. Smilodon is famous for its saber-like teeth. This predator was about 6 meters long and had very long canines. These teeth were curved, thin, and flattened, not sharp. They were perfect for inflicting deep bleeding wounds. It also had strong jaw muscles for quick bites. It lived in present-day North America. Its skull had distinctive ridges for muscle attachment, indicating its incredible bite strength. It likely hunted large herbivores. It disappeared at the end of the Cretaceous, perhaps due to climate change. Camptosaurus, late Jurassic Camptosaurus, was a herbivorous ornithopod dinosaur. It grew up to 9 meters long and weighed around 1.5 tons. It was named after its curved toes, which were perfect for grasping plants. Its legs were relatively short, sturdy, and thickened at the base. It had a long neck and tail, a wide mouth, and many teeth. It lived in what is now the western United States. It preferred lowland areas near water. It disappeared toward the end of the Jurassic, possibly due to environmental changes. Dryosaurus, Cretaceous. Dryosaurus was a medium-sized ornithopod. It was 6 meters long and weighed about 1.5 tons. It was a fast walker, moving on 2 legs. It had a long neck and tail, a small head, and many teeth. It lived in western North America. It was a peaceful herbivore, but it was often targeted by predators. Its skeleton shows signs of healing from injuries, indicating it survived attacks. It disappeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. Utahraptor, Jurassic. This gigantic carnivore was one of the top predators of its time. It reached up to 12 meters in length and weighed about 5 tons. It had powerful jaws and sharp teeth for crushing bones. It lived in the western United States and died out at the end of the Jurassic. Its size and strength made it a formidable hunter. Its remains have been found in multiple locations, indicating a wide distribution. It disappeared, perhaps due to competition with more advanced predators. Maiasaura, Triassic. This carnivorous theropod was about 9 meters long. It was very fast and agile, capable of chasing down fast prey. It had long, powerful hind legs and a long tail. Its skull was slender and fitted with sharp teeth. It lived in what is now India. Its name means muscular lizard. It was highly adaptable and thrived in various environments. It went extinct near the end of the Triassic. 20. Compsognathus. Late Jurassic Compsognathus was the smallest dinosaur ever. It was only 1 meter long and weighed around 3 kilos. It was bipedal, fast and agile. It had a small head, long tail and long neck. It fed mainly on insects. It lived in Europe, Asia and North America. Its remains have been found in many places, suggesting a wide distribution. It disappeared at the end of the Jurassic. Oviraptor, Cretaceous. Oviraptor, long thought to be an egg thief, is now considered a caring parent. It was about 2 meters long. It had a toothless beak and a crest on its head. It lived in Mongolia in a desert environment. Fossils have been found on nests, in brooding positions. It probably fed on eggs, shells or plants. It was light, fast and likely covered in feathers. It represents an important step towards modern birds. It disappeared at the end of the Cretaceous. There is Dinosaurus, Cretaceous. This strange dinosaur had claws over 1 meter long, among the longest in the animal kingdom. Although terrifying in appearance, it was an herbivore. It measured up to 10 meters long. It lived in Asia, in forested environments. Its beak and teeth indicate a vegetarian diet. Its claws were probably used to grab branches or defend itself. It was covered in feathers, suggesting a strong evolutionary link to birds. It was slow but imposing. Like many others, it disappeared during the Cretaceous crisis, US. Allosaurus, Jurassic. Allosaurus was a formidable carnivore of the Jurassic, measuring up to 10 meters long. It lived in North America and was among the largest predators of its time. Equipped with powerful jaws and sharp claws, it hunted prey like stegosaurs and juvenile sauropods. It might have hunted in packs, although this remains debated. Its hollow bones made it lighter and faster. Its skull featured small horns above the eyes. It was capable of quick movements to capture prey. Fossils show healed wounds, evidence of fights with other dinosaurs. It disappeared towards the end of the Jurassic, probably replaced by more adapted predators. Spinosaurus, Cretaceous. Spinosaurus is now considered the largest carnivorous dinosaur ever discovered, reaching up to 15 meters long. It lived in North Africa, notably in Egypt and Morocco. This semi-aquatic predator had a long snout filled with conical teeth, perfect for catching fish. Its dorsal sail, formed by vertebral spines, remains a mystery. Did it serve to regulate temperature or impress others? It hunted in rivers and lagoons, feeding on giant fish like Onchopristis. Recent studies suggest it was an active swimmer, which is rare among dinosaurs. It lived alone or in small groups. Its extinction is linked to the upheavals at the end of the Cretaceous. Camarasaurus, Jurassic. Camarasaurus was a medium-sized sauropod, about 18 meters long. It lived in the plains and forests of North America. Its name means chambered lizard, referring to openings in its vertebrae to lighten its skeleton. It fed on high foliage, thanks to its powerful neck. Its spoon-shaped teeth were perfect for tearing leaves. It lived in herds for protection. Its massive skeleton and strong bones testified to great power. It reproduced by laying eggs in groups, like many sauropods. It disappeared at the end of the Jurassic, probably replaced by better adapted species. Dinosaur extinction. 66 million years ago, a cataclysmic event abruptly ended the reign of the dinosaurs. The most accepted theory is the impact of a gigantic asteroid in the current Yucatan region, Mexico. The collision released energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs. Massive fires, tsunamis, and a global winter caused by dust darkened the sky. Some scientists also suggest intense volcanism in India, Deccan traps, as an aggravating factor. The climate became unstable, plants died, and food chains collapsed. Large dinosaurs, unable to adapt quickly, disappeared. But some animals survived. Small mammals, insects, and some birds, direct descendants of certain dinosaurs. These survivors gradually populated the world and evolved. Thus began the era of mammals and a new chapter in the history of life. Call to action for YouTube, dynamic version. Inspiring music, epic build-up, visual, slowly rotating Earth with fading silhouettes of dinosaurs. If this journey through prehistoric eras fascinated you, then support us. A simple like roars our motivation. Subscribing helps us keep this paleontological adventure going, and by ringing the bell, you'll be the first to discover our next trips back in time. On-screen animation, blue thumbs up, flashing subscribe button, ringing bell icon. Together, let's bring the giants of the past back to life and explore even more mysteries of our planet. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Share with fellow dinosaur lovers. See you soon for a new prehistoric episode.